One of the most common questions I get as an automotive journalist that I've been getting for the last 20 plus years of my career is that if I had to pick just one car, what would it be? Well, even at the earliest stages of my career, without having driven thousands of cars, I already knew what that car was going to be. In the first half of the 1990s, Audi released something that just blew my mind, and that was the Audi RS2, which was followed up with the Audi RS4, both Avants, of course. But then something happened in 2002 when Audi decided to create the first C5 RS6 Avant. At that point in time, I knew that that was the car. And as though that wasn't enough, back in 2013, I was privileged enough to drive the C7 RS6 in Austria. And that essentially cemented my love for this car. Because wagon, because all-wheel drive, because twin-turbo V8. C7 was the first to get a twin-turbo V8. Because excellence, because Audi RS. But my mind has changed recently because C8, Audi RS6. This car is not an exception. It is the exception to absolutely every rule. It is perfect, 99.9% perfect. If I was to find one fault, I'll tell you right now, there isn't enough storage space in the center console. There, you've watched the video. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. But seriously, I can't get enough of this car. I just simply cannot get enough. You know when you park your car, if you bought your car and you park it and you walk away and then you turn back? Well, I've not walked away yet from the car, and I've had it for like 5 days. Anyhow, just for you, and for me of course, we're gonna do the typical walk around of this glorious, glamorous 2021 Audi RS6 Avant, and then we're gonna go make some noise. I could stand here for a very, very long time, just staring at the RS6. I don't get to say this anywhere near as often as I would like, but station wagons have been a huge part of my life since 1980, when I was not quite 5 years old yet. Anyhow, all good family memories have to do with wagons. I've loved station wagons for a very, very long time. And the simple fact that the RS6 is an Avant, look how wide it is, oh my God. The simple fact that it's a wagon just catapults it so far beyond and above the RS7 in my mind, that physically this car is faultless. It is perfection. I may have mentioned that. I may mention it again. I'm not sure. It's stunningly everything. I mean, look, here's an easy way to describe this car. First of all, it's a full 80 millimeters wider, 40 on each side than a regular A6. Yes, it has RS7 headlights. From the front, okay? I don't know about you, if you squint a little bit, I see somewhere, if you like original Marvel comics, I see Venom mixed with Carnage up front. That's intimidation, okay? From the profile, I see, what do I see? I see beauty. I see elegance. I see executive transportation. And from the rear, NSFW tag right here, I'm picturing something that would normally wear a thong, right? And it's just absolutely everything. Everything. Like I said, this Tango red color too. I think is the best color for this. I do like the Navarra blue, but this is it's just epic. Epic is the word. Okay, sorry. $109,000 US for a 21 RS6, $120,400 in Canada for an RS6 for 2021. What do you get with that money? I mean, there's no point in going over the entire list. You get a big virtual cockpit, 21-inch wheels, 10-inch screens in the center console, Audi MMI, RS1, RS2 buttons, which I'm going to touch upon a little bit later, but they are brilliance absolute. Power tailgate, Valcona leather. That's, you know, what a twin turbocharged V8 quattro all-wheel drive, air suspension, so on and so forth. I mean, it's just, did I mention perfection? Yes. Okay, my car has a few options. It's got the dynamic pack, which is an absolute must. It includes dynamic steering with rear wheel steering. So this is a 4-wheel steering car. I'm not jumping ahead, but it transforms how the car drives. It's unbelievable. I've said this before on a number of reviews, but if the car you're shopping is available with all-wheel steering, just take it. You'll never, ever look back. It's also got the sport differential, rear quattro sport differential. Essentially what that'll do is just catapult you, again, from corner to corner without, well, you'll have to lift, I suppose, but I mean, it just pushes the car straight through apexes and corners. What else? It's got the individual interior seats that are cooled massaging. Anyhow, I get kind of, it just takes over my senses, this car. It's not the first one, I know, but this is the absolute top of them all. Anyway, you're looking at about $132,000 as it sits. Let's just do that usual tour because, well, you know, this, don't get an RSQ8 or an RS7, just get this. That's 850 liters, about 30 cubic feet worth of trunk space. I mean, it's perfect. It's deep, it's just wide enough. This is not exactly storage, but there is some room to drop stuff under here. It's not gonna work out too well. Nope, not even close. I messed that up, but the hatch will close, so that's okay. It's a wagon. It's a large-ish, mid-sized sedan. There's the Valcona leather. It's just fabulous. RS everywhere. Look, you got plenty of room. Ingress and egress is very easy. That's loads of legroom back here. You could squeeze 3 across. Yes, twin pane, sunroof. Who cares? Oh yeah, so here's a few details about the size of the car. We've done that. So just to give you an idea, so the car is exactly, well, almost exactly 5 meters long, 1.5 meters tall. And remember I said the car is 80 millimeters wider than a standard A6. It's just shy of 2 meters wide. That's why this car looks so insane. It's so squat. I mean, I haven't checked all the specs, but how many cars are actually 30% wider than they are taller? Huh? It's just, oh my goodness, I almost forgot. One of the most important options on this is the carbon optics package, which, you know, normally it's the type of thing I wouldn't really bother with. I can't believe I forgot that. But with the red and the openings, the grills, the headlights, it's just I'm almost speechless. And you do get these 22-inch wheels thrown in. I'm kind of torn. They look much better than the 21s. The 21-inch wheels would make great winter wheels, but the 22s are just epic. Oh yeah, and the red painted calipers. There we go. That's $132,000 worth. And also part of the package is self-closing doors, which are always a lot of fun. Audi, from the A3 up, Q3 up, they just do everything top-notch. Interiors, world-renowned for quality, craftsmanship, materials, attention to detail. It's all here. It's all built in. Here are the seats, which are exceptionally cool. Power lumbar adjustment, everything. Just, I'm skipping over so many things, but I guess it's just necessary. Let's start it up because it's really warm outside. So here's your digital information display. There are different views that you can switch things through, and change menus on the side here and all that jazz. Here's a 10.6 inch screen, which, you know, I'm a guest because I can't afford this kind of car. So, oh, perfect. Drive select drive modes. So comfort, auto, dynamic, RS1 and RS2. I always forget my settings, so I'll probably have to double check that. But anyway, so that's RS1. RS2 is a little bit more serious, and here's the air suspension, the settings for the ride height. You can also access the drive select through the buttons right there. There's I think this one is 10.1, so it's kind of like your comfort screen for HVAC. There's your cooled seats on full power. The shifter, a little bit of Alcantara, which is quite nice. Squeeze, park, just so you know. Look, if I had to find one issue with the interior of this car, I mean, there's no storage space really. This is kind of okay, but yeah, you know what? I think they should send it back because no storage. I'm saying so many things. Look at the interior, the dashboard, the shapes, the design, the piano black, the materials, just everything is fantastic. Visibility is actually not that bad. You typically sit in the lowest possible position. And when you get around over here, see, there's a nice little spot. Go apex hunting. That's apex hunting. Well, there's your headlight controls, just in case you're looking. It's neat. Oh, and the RS steering wheel. It's just flat to bottom. It is. The grip is, I don't know. It was like tailor-made for my hand. I suppose that's it. I think it's definitely time to go for a drive. And here, RS1. Of the near countless reasons why the Audi RS6 is simply the greatest, most impressive car, the one that I would own, the only car that I would live with for the rest of my life, is because of its inherent RS-ness. Most people still believe that Audi RS is about balls out, crazy performance, which obviously it is. But contrary to AMG, where on a scale of 1 to 10, all AMG products start at 10, RS products start possibly as low as 8. And that's essentially where the RS sits out of the box. I mean, currently I'm in auto drive mode. The dampers, the included adaptive air suspension and dampers, everything is in comfort and normal, or whatever you want to call it. And frankly, the ride quality is near limo-like. No word of a lie. I was on some very bumpy, broken roads, and it is supremely comfortable, smooth, refined. It is unbelievable. In the most comfortable setting in an E63S AMG wagon, or any AMG for that matter, that is inconceivable comfort like that. For that reason alone, this car is so much more agreeable and enjoyable on a daily basis. And even now, I think I just mentioned, I'm in auto drive mode, meaning that the 8-speed automatic transmission is just gliding effortlessly from gear to gear. I'm slightly above the posted speed limit, but everything is serene and cool and calm and quiet in here. It's superb. There are drive modes, as I showed you, the drive select, right? So honestly, because of the fact that there are 2 individual programmable drive modes, I've not actually tried comfort or dynamic because there's no real point. Because I've programmed RS1 to give me sport, powertrain. Everything else is essentially in comfort. Unless I'm mistaken and my memory is shot, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Balance, comfort, balanced, whatever. Everything is in nearly chill mode. Oh, except for the RS performance exhaust, of course. And even then, even when everything is dialed to say 9 3/4, the civility of this car shines through. I mean, this is really a car you could drive to Tijuana from Montreal if you wanted to, and just have to stop to fill up the gas tank, and hopefully nothing goes wrong with the electronics. But point is that it is so comfortable. No AMG comes close to this. No other like-minded car comes close to this. And then the twin turbocharged 4-liter V8, 591 horsepower, 6,000 RPM, 590 pound-feet of torque, at just over 2,000, all the way up to 4,500 RPM, just wants to shred pavement. Just gobble it up. It's the two personalities that interact so beautifully with each other, proving that an E63S or a C63S, for example, doesn't need to be on edge at all times in order to be fun or to be enjoyable. I will say, dynamically speaking, yes, the E63S wagon is sharper. But this, the environment you see around me, this is where these cars are going to spend 99% of their lives. And this is where this car is just... I mean, with the Sport Quattro, with the rear differential, like I said, the air suspension, the four-wheel steering, this car essentially shrinks down to A4 size, despite how massive it is. And it's really easy to drive. And however intimidating it is to others on the outside, it is not even remotely scary to drive inside. And that's even, I mean, I can't go into RS2 and drive like a crazy man right now, obviously, because of all the traffic. But even when everything is dialed up to say 10.5, give or take, whatever, this car is still your friend. I wish I could track the car. At the launch event, 21 months ago or something like that, there was no track portion, unfortunately, to the event. But that might speak to, at least in part, to what an Audi RS is. And this, of all Audi RS, RSQ8, RS7, RS5, RS3, RSQ3, and so on, this is the most RS. At least in my opinion. And the fact that it's, dampers are in sport, I'm going to go back to RS1. And the fact that it's a station wagon, and the color and everything about this car, this is a super exotic in my mind. And Audi could easily charge an extra 40 grand for it, and I wouldn't really question it because of the power, the performance. I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible. This thing will do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.6 seconds, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.5. Again, in the real world where the RS6 will live, faster than that could be considered dangerous because, just because you have the money to afford a really fast, powerful car doesn't necessarily mean you have the skills to handle it. And thankfully, because of how sorted and easy to drive this massive 5-meter long super wagon is, I mean, you really have to be ham-fisted or drive white-knuckled all the time to get yourself into trouble. I feel like I haven't said anything or properly communicated how this car makes me feel. I'm conscientiously focusing or trying really hard not to get this about the car, which I guess I just did. But there is no doubt that this is, to me and for many, the greatest car currently available in the world for performance, styling, content, comfort, refinement, speed, handling, all of the above. I truly, truly am in love with this car. I do love a lot of cars, but this one is in a different. I haven't yet touched the ground, if you understand what I'm saying. since I picked up the car almost 5 days ago.